Minneapolis and Portland, Oregon, two cities on edge this week after two separate shooting incidents involving federal agents. As always, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alex Bell, and we actually start in Portland, Oregon, where officials say a husband and wife were shot by a Customs and Border Protection agent. The Department of Homeland Security released the victims' photos, saying both were affiliated with the Tren de Agua in Venezuela and involving in a recent shooting. They say that the shooting happened during a targeted stop of a vehicle and say both are in the U.S. illegally. Today, Portland leaders reacting to the activity in their city.
It doesn't make our community safer. Harassment, targeting, violent enforcement, these actions, they destabilize our neighborhood.
In Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz called for a day of calm and unity as the memorial grows for shooting victim Renee Good. She was shot and killed Wednesday by a federal agent. Minnesota's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says it has been cut off from the investigation into the shooting, leaving the FBI solely in charge of the case. Local prosecutors in Minnesota are now creating their own investigation, calling on members of the public to send them video or other evidence.
Our goal must be to ensure that a thorough investigation is completed at the local level so that our community can have transparency.
In a statement today, Renee Good's wife said that she was, quote, pure love, pure joy, and pure sunshine. Now, videos of the ICE agent shooting Renee Good in Minneapolis are not only raising emotions and tensions, they are also raising questions about whether the agent's actions were justified or followed policy. ABC 10's Becca Habecker joins us live in studio after taking questions to experts just today.
Hey, Alex, Brian Dugan is a retired assistant director of the FBI. I spoke with him and an immigration attorney about why what people are seeing right now feels so chaotic and violent. As you've been following the news of the shootings in Minneapolis and Portland, what is sticking out to you?
I just think the operational tempo has really increased. I mean, there's this drive to get to numbers. ICE agents have doubled this year. We just have a lot more street activity than we normally do on the federal side.
Brian Dugan served 26 years in the FBI, retiring as an assistant director. He says while he can't speak to what, if any, different or updated policies agents might be following, he does think the accelerated push for immigration enforcement can lead to dangerous situations for officers and community members alike.
There's a lot more tactical operational activity on the streets, and that's going to lead to more and more potential bad outcomes. The fears on both sides are going to be amped up.
I asked him to comment on the video of an ICE officer shooting Renee Good in Minneapolis this week.
There is policy that said if the vehicle is not posing as a threat, then you're not to shoot at it. But if it is going to potentially harm somebody or it has already been used to harm people, then we have to eliminate the threat.
He says he can't know what was going through the agent's head that prompted him to shoot, and he awaits the outcome of an investigation.
Just as an American, I think it's pretty outrageous. I think it's excessive force.
Eric Welsh has a different opinion about the Minneapolis shooting. He is a partner at Reeves Immigration Law Group and spoke to me from the firm's Los Angeles office, where he says 2025 proved to be a turbulent year.
It seems to me to be, at least from the videos and the accounts that I've seen, appears to be ICE acting fairly recklessly and beyond the norm. There is something different about the tone, about the tenor, about the frequency, about the use of force that makes this very different from any time that I can recall in the 20 years that I've been practicing immigration law.
For people who are nervous about getting potentially detained, what advice could you possibly give them?
So, first of all, what I want to remind everybody is that if you're in the United States, you have constitutional rights. Doesn't matter what your citizenship is. It doesn't matter where you were born or what your current status is. If you're here, if you're a person, the Constitution applies. And that includes your right to not to incriminate yourself, your right to have an attorney if there's a criminal process, if there is an arrest. So I do recommend that clients should exercise the right to remain silent. They should request the right to speak to an attorney if they're going to be interviewed. And they don't have to let anyone in the house without a warrant.
That immigration attorney says he has also seen an increasing number of his clients detained at their routine immigration check-ins. He says clients ranging from American citizens to those with temporary visas, people with no criminal records, he says, who came to the country legally, are afraid of losing their legal status and getting kicked out of the country. Alex.
All right, Becca, thank you. And we have been streaming coverage from Minneapolis throughout the week. You can watch more news conferences and updates on the ABC 10 app.